Yeah, he's got me pretty much like 94,000 in 1 month. I mean,
94,000 in 1 month.
94,000.
Wow,
Start off
that's awesome.
initial.
I love it.
I, I was like thoroughly impressed. I'm like, man, I've been trying, and I was like, man, 94K, and man, I don't know what to think. I'm like, I can't wait for round two.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We got a great interview lined up today with one of our clients who's been in the program roughly about a month now. He's already got credit coming in, and we're gonna bring Willie on right now and just kind of jump right into it and chat about the program. Willie, how you doing today? Thank you so much for joining me.
I'm doing well. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Well, I know you're a busy guy. You got a lot of great things going on, but we like to do these interviews with our clients who've gone through the program just so we can kind of break down how the funding's helping them and just the whole process in general, just kind of chat about it. So we were talking before we started recording about a little bit about what you had going on, and you mentioned that you used to dabble in real estate. You were doing flips and land, buy and holds and things like that. So why don't you, if you want, just give everybody a little background information, about what you've been doing with real estate and what your plans are for the future.
I did some buying and selling a little bit back before the first crash about 10 years ago. Did pretty well at it. Sometimes as far as then you get caught up and you're always looking for extra funding. Now I'm starting to get back into it now, and I'm trying to go more commercial route. I got my eye on a building that's like a 4-unit building. I'm caught up in between seeing exactly where to go, if it's something where I try an Airbnb or if it is something that will hold value enough for me to hold on and actually just rent it out.
Right. Yeah, that's the way to go right there. I mean, I know single family is great, but with apartments, multifamily, you make that one transaction and now you have multiple doors, without having to chase, door after door, going after house after house.
Yeah.
So I've seen like a lot of people, I know some people that have grown like a huge portfolio with apartment buildings, and it's all done through leverage and OPM, getting other investors in and private money, and then of course doing the value add and forcing appreciation, and then do the cash out refinance and then buy another one. So I've definitely thought about getting into the apartment complex game, but I'm still focusing on single family right now, personally. But I know we have a lot of clients that are doing both, so that's awesome. So we were talking about it before we started. How long have you been in the Fund&Grow program?
I've only been in the Fund&Grow program for a little bit over a month. I got in January. So I've been close to 1 month. It's going great. Chris has been hell in business for me, man. Really trying to be aggressive and get things rolling.
That's awesome.
He's got me pretty much like 94,000 in 1 month.
94,000 in 1 month.
94,000.
Wow.
Start off
That's
initial.
Awesome. I love it.
I was like thoroughly impressed. I'm like, man, I've been trying. And I was like, man, 94K, and man, I don't know what to think. I'm like, I can't wait for round two.
That's really awesome. I love hearing that. And was that all business credit? Do you know if was it all zero interest
all
business credit?
That was all business credit. I've got pretty much everything I applied for, I got, and we got a few of them pushed up, and here we are. I mean, almost 100K, for
That's
1
awesome.
month. I'm happy. I'm very happy.
I love it. I mean, honestly, I love doing these interviews. I love hearing this kind of feedback, and hearing the review directly from the client is awesome. So I really appreciate you coming on here. That's awesome. 94,000 in 1 month in this, January 2021 with the pandemic going on. It's still going on for sure. So
that was something that I really thought was like, man, I wish I could have joined before the pandemic.
No, you got really great results. We saw things tighten up last year for a couple months, but we're really back to pretty much where we were before that whole thing started back in, like, what was it, like March or April when that all began. Started getting really heavy and things started closing down. A lot of businesses shutting down. The banks tightened up back then, but things are looking really promising right now. We're doing a lot every single month, so I'm glad to hear that. So what exactly are you doing with the funding? What are your plans with? Do you have a building that you're looking to go after, or?
Yeah, I got a building I'm looking to go after right now. And if I got my construction people pretty much checking it out. We're going to see exactly where it falls, because it's in a redeveloping neighborhood
Okay.
where the market is really, really growing fast, because they're tearing a lot of the old buildings down and they're building brand new ones. I found one that was in somewhat decent shape, so that it wouldn't really have to be tore down if you can retrofit it and make it right.
Uh-huh.
If the value of it will be, probably 3 or 4 times the amount. So
Sounds like a winner.
it's like a pretty good piece to hold on to, like I say, and then you use that money. I wish to eventually get into like fast food chain, trying to use that money, leverage it a little bit, force the cash flow higher, and then go for it.
That's awesome. What type of restaurant you thinking?
I'm thinking just pizza, man. Pretty simple. Never have a shortage of kids. And they love it and keep buying it.
That sounds like a plan right there. Well, let me know when you open it, because I love pizza.
All right.
And where are you based out of?
I'm Atlanta.
Oh, you're in Atlanta. Okay.
Atlanta, GA, man. Trying to get in, live the American dream, man.
Right. Well, you're definitely going the right direction. It's all about, creating, passive income, or, extra income outside of, if you're working a job, if you're not working a job, whatever it is, you're going to need funding if you want to do stuff on the side, if you want to do deals with real estate, So you're definitely, you're on the right track.
The way to prove yourself is to better yourself. That's the American dream.
Now, just to give people that are watching a little idea of like what was your credit like when you got started with Fund&Grow, if you don't mind sharing that.
I had good credit. I had over an 800 score, and I worked pretty hard to keep it that way. And I had a lot of personal credit, but I didn't have a lot of business credit. I had a couple of small business accounts, but I had pretty good as far as personal credit. Some larger amounts as far as on the credit card. And that kind of give a general idea of where Chris would actually like go with some of the banks he was looking to deal with. He's like, well, you've already got these relationships established with these companies. Let's go here and see exactly what we can get, and the results, and they speak for themselves.
So how would you say like the onboarding process was in like the beginning of the program, like communication, all that good stuff?
It's pretty good, man. Like I say, I signed up. Took me a couple of days. They gave me all the information. They got back to me within like roughly about 24, 48 hours. Somebody, hey, look, what this is going to go through, and what's going to happen from here and here and here with the email. Then first time I spoke with Chris, he got with me and said, "Hey, these are things where we're probably going to go. These are the companies that we're going to apply to, and fill out the applications. If you got everything in the portal to upload it and done, we're set." Like I said, I got roughly about 80 something first off. And then, when after I got my first initial cards, you push through. Of course, we got some things that say, hey, we need to pay, for a couple months. It's payment history, or the next one could possibly be increased or pushed up, however we want to go.
Right.
So we started to work on, the inquiry process, and try and get ready for round 2 and see where I can go from there.
Have you already started on the inquiry removal process?
I got the letters drafted, and the biggest key I'm looking at as far as whether it be better to fax it over or whether it be better to mail them in.
Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward process, and we do, like, sometimes clients will pay Catum. I don't know if you've heard of Catum yet. They'll pay Catum to do it for them, so they don't have to do, but that's personally, it's pretty simple. You just send it out if you have the time to do it. It's easy to do. You might as well just do it. But I think it's only around 300, and then Catum will do that for our clients if they opt for that.
Okay. Hey, like I say, I've been more impressed with Fund&Grow because, like I say, I've tried myself personally to get some business credit, and I've ended up with a couple of cards, but nothing this magnitude.
How many did you end up with Fund&Grow?
I got 5 out of 6.
Okay. That's awesome.
Okay, 5 out of 6. I mean, put that couple with the cars that I had, I'm a little bit over $100,000 altogether. But yeah, like I say, I see the big difference where I was started, where I tried to get it done.
Right.
I didn't have nearly as much as this.
Man. Yeah. That's what I like to hear. That's great.
Been like 10 times, almost 10 times what I've been able to gather and put together myself. So, I mean, your process works, man. Works wonder. I mean, I don't know if I would have ever seen 94 trying to do it myself until I had, a successful business, probably doing about half a million. From
most people aren't getting those. Most people aren't getting those kind of numbers, especially people doing it on their own. They're maybe gonna get 5, maybe 20, something like that, and then over time be able to build up. But to get it all like that right away, and the cool thing is that we don't have to submit a bunch of applications. We pretty much got all of them approved, like you just said. And, that's the thing. We know how to, we don't just submit the application and cross our fingers. There's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes with that. And that's what Chris was taking care of for you. And, he's on top of things. He's assertive. He doesn't, necessarily take no for an answer, and especially when we know that we have a qualifying client. But when people do this on their own, they get shot down, denied, or only approved for a little bit, and they don't really know the process and how to navigate from there. And that's what we, show our clients, and that's what we do for our clients. So I'm really glad to hear, that that's working out. Do you know how long the zero interest was for those accounts, roughly?
3 of them were 12 months. One's 15 months, and I want to say the other one is either 6 or 9. But
awesome.
You're looking at anywhere ranging from 6 to 15 months of interest free. And
that's awesome.
I know for a fact because, like I said, I had one card before with one of the same companies, and they offered me 0% interest again on a card that I didn't get from you guys.
Nice.
So yeah, it helps. I was like, okay, you want to give me 0%? Okay, no problem. We'll start all over again.
Yeah, they see your credit strengthening. That getting access to business credit just makes your overall credit profile look better. Even though the business credit doesn't show up on the personal report, having access to that business credit that reports to the EIN is still going to benefit you. It's going to give you more strength in the bank's perspective, and you're now going to put less debt on your personal accounts. You're going to be using the business account, so your personal scores, you're going to have no problem staying at 800 or above 800 now, just like you were. But that credit definitely adds strength. It just makes you look like more of a credit-worthy person. So now they're hitting you up with pre-approvals. That's awesome. I love it.
Trying to get to the dream, man. Trying to get to the dream.
Absolutely. That's the end goal. That's what it's all about. We're all trying to create like legacy wealth, financial freedom, and there's no faster way to do it other than using other people's money or leveraging your credit. Or you can only go so far, based on the income. Like I can only do so much based on where I'm at, my income and my savings and all that. But getting access to credit is allowing me to get to that dream quicker. It's allowing me to build that type of wealth quicker. And I wouldn't be able to do it on my own. I would, that's why people go on the Shark Tank. They give up 50% of their company or 30% of their company for $100,000, right? Like imagine that. Imagine if you gave up 30% of your income just so you can have $100,000, or you could pay our membership fee for 1 year. It's only $4,000. and you get access to up to $250,000. You know, some people get more than that. I have a client who has been a client of ours for like 2 years, maybe going on 3 years now. His name's Nick Perry. He's got over $500,000, and he's gone through the program more than once, you know, and that client actually, you know, just not to talk too much, but he took his business from doing like $40,000 a month to then doing $400,000 a month because he had access to funding, so he could spend more on marketing and, you know, do more deals. You know, it allows me to do way more than I could do on my own. I'm able to buy more properties, renovate them faster, and all that good stuff. So I've seen it work like firsthand with me, but, you know, sitting down with dozens of clients like you who are also benefiting from it and seeing how, you know, it's really like a big deal, like $94,000 in 1 month at 0% interest. It's not showing up on your personal credit report, right?
Exactly.
There's really no better option.
Plus, I mean, I can say when I paid with the business credit card, and I got cash back for it. So
I love that.
I'm winning all over the game, man. I'm winning all over the place, man. So,
those rewards points.
Yeah, with what I paid, man, I got roughly about $120 back. That went towards the balance. I'm like, you know.
Yeah, imagine how much you'll get back when you use the credit to do like a real estate deal. You spend 100 grand, 50 grand. That's a lot of cash back. And it basically, when you get that cash back from using those cards that we got you, you're going to basically be covering the cost that you paid us to sign up. You're going to get at least a couple grand when you spend that $50,000 back in cash back rewards. And this is like legit too. Like I've seen it happen firsthand with myself, many of my clients. When you're spending thousands of dollars, that's a lot of rewards points. And it really does come back and like pay for the service itself. It's pretty
over and over.
It's pretty great. It's just
trust me, you guys are definitely gonna get some more of my money next year.
That's what I like to hear. No, I'm just kidding. We would love to work with you again though, for real. Like we love working with guys like you. You're a cool guy, you're a nice guy, and you know, you got a dream, you got things in mind that you're gonna do with the money. And there's nothing better than working with people like you who are like entrepreneurial and you're really trying to do better. And that's like, you know, it's contagious, and you know, it's great to be around that. So I love hearing that. How do you see like the credit impacting your life, or you know, do you see it changing like your life at all, possibly?
Well, I mean, the big thing to me is that the best thing I can see from it is that I know for a fact that it's not going to get my personal credit. So it's not going to hit my credit score when it's time for me to actually have to go out, because there's some things you still have to buy your personal thing. Right. But you know, for the most part, like I don't have to necessarily use that for cars or anything like that. If I need a car for business to do business, I could get one. And then go back through and refinance it, because it's much easier to refinance it and take it again. You know, or you pay steady for it, pay it off in a year. Never know. I won't be getting that Lamborghini, man, like other people drive. But you know, but I'm just an average guy, man. I don't need those cars.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You're better off putting that money into an investment and letting that money work for you. And then you know, like you were talking about doing a refinance. And you used to do rental deals, I think you said. So that's the same idea. Like you could buy a property with the credit, send the wire from the credit account to the title company, close as a cash buyer, get all kinds of rewards points, and then renovate that property, place a tenant in the property, get the property appraised, and then do your cash out refinance, get 75% of the the value of the property. And then go out and do it again, and then you just build your portfolio. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, I know that you're interested in that multifamily, but we have a lot of clients that are doing the same thing with just single family rentals. They'll buy them, and then they'll refinance, pay off the cards, and then do it again. And you're doing it all as a cash buyer, so you negotiate the best deal.
I got my brother trying to get me back into that in my hometown in Indiana. So, my guy, I gave that up a little while ago. Yeah, I'm from Indiana originally.
Oh, that's a good market for rentals, right? There's a lot of like nicely priced properties out there.
It's been going well. He's
awesome.
He's been doing it. He's like, man. I was like, man, you need to be over here. He be over here at the Fund&Grow, man. Yeah,
That's awesome.
I'm almost got him. He's coming. He don't know it yet. He's coming. Even if
Hold
I
on.
just had to pay for it, go for it.
So you said you didn't use anyone else in your secondary spot? Because you were asking me about that earlier, about the other, using another
Not yet.
business. Well,
yeah, I haven't done it yet. I'm probably gonna end up letting him do it, man. But
he was trying to see it. He wanted to see if you could use it first.
With some money, man.
Yeah, tell him, man. Tell him split the fee with you. That's what a lot of people do. They'll split the fee.
Yeah. You gotta know my brother. He's cheap.
All right, I'll be sure to send him this video once we're done.
Yeah, hey man.
No, you should definitely show him, though.
It's not like I haven't told him before.
That's great. Well, yeah, definitely. You should show him the video. Let him know, like, you got 94,000. All he's got to do is give you half the fee, and then just how's his credit look? He's because for those people that are watching, let me just clarify real quick what we're talking about. You guys, if you're not a client yet with us, you can add a partner on, and we don't charge you an additional fee for that. So, Willie purchased the program and he hasn't added a partner on yet. So he could add his brother in, and then we would apply for his brother and get his brother credit just like we got for Willie, and we won't charge another fee. That's what we do just to be nice and generous with our clients. Because usually it'll just be like per person, unless you have family or a business partner or a spouse that you want to bring on. We allow that just so we can get you guys more funding, because we could try to charge everybody and not allow that, but we're more interested in getting people access to more funding and helping people out instead of just trying to charge every time we can. So that's what we're talking about. But yeah, you should definitely bring him in.
I'm trying, man. He's hard headed.
Yeah.
Cheap and hard headed. What a combination.
Sounds like most of the country, right?
Oh yeah, man. It's a mindset, man. If you don't get your mind, fully concentrated out there on doing something and doing something, man, you'll be working.
Well, you definitely got to be open-minded. You got to be open-minded so you can be open to opportunities and things like that. And you got a great opportunity right here, so hopefully he's open-minded enough to take you up on it. I think he will be. I hope he will be.
I'm pretty sure he will. Hopefully he will. If not more for me.
I don't know. As excited as you seem, I think when you talk to him and you tell him, hey, man, I got $94,000, man. You sure you don't want to get in on this?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
It's a no-brainer.
Exactly. If you don't want to, man, let me borrow your name. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, no, we definitely got to make sure he's fully on board. But you knew that, Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you taking time to do this. I feel like we covered a pretty good amount. I mean, did you have anything else that you wanted to mention about like what you liked about the process, or what, anything you want to say to anyone who might be watching that might be, considering using business credit?
Man, if you haven't tried it, the process is very, very simple. Like I said, it's far exceeded my expectations. So just the amount of money that I've gotten, I don't think I could have ever gotten that amount on my own. And that was the first round. I'd say I understand that it may not work out with that amount for the first round for everybody, but I look even more forward to seeing what the second and the third round might bring. If I can use it, pay it off, and make sure I'm at a really good payment and everything, or get them free and clear, man. I don't see that with the payment history how that doesn't benefit me for the next round or the next 2 rounds. And then when I go back in next year, how to do it all over again.
Yep. No, definitely. That's what a lot of clients do. A lot of people come back on for a second year, sometimes even 3 or 4 years. So we definitely look forward to working with you again in the future. And again, I really appreciate you taking time to join us. And I love hearing from clients like this. So it's been really cool. Guys, if you like the video, if you want more information, feel free to comment, ask a question, like the video if you can. It helps us with the algorithm and put this video out in front of more people. And if you're not already, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we're going to see you guys on the next video. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon.